Welcome to Thrive TV, the award-winning news magazine produced by the Rockford Public Schools. I'm your guest host, Ron Johnson. In September, the U.S. Olympic team competed in Australia during the 2000 Olympic Games. Here in District 205, several area schools held their own Olympic Games, and Thrive TV was there to capture some of the action.
Today at Carlson School, we're celebrating the commencing of the 40th Olympics. And we're doing that with what we call the metric mini Olympics. Actually, the idea for that came from Gary Pesh, a good friend of mine, teacher at Westview School. Today we're doing the javelin throw, which is a paper straw. We're doing the shot put heave, which is a cotton ball. And we're doing the discus, which is a paper plate. Each of the classrooms are decorated according to the Olympic colors of the Olympic flag. We had our opening ceremonies with the presentation of the paper torch, and now the games have begun.
Skyview, every classroom has been studying about the Olympics and the origination of the Olympics. And each classroom has decided to choose a country to represent. And they're all dressed in the same color shirts and made a flag. We're going to be having an opening ceremony, beginning parade, and some of the games that we'll be participating in all week as part of the week-long events will be a mile run, the long jump, a 200-yard dash, a three-point shot, quarter-mile run, the relay, mile relay, obstacle course, a 300-meter relay, and a closing tug of war. The stipulation is that every student have the opportunity to represent their country in at least one event.
On September 28th, the Rockford Public Schools kicked off the 2000 United Way campaign at the Salvation Army Temple. Members of District 205's United Way Committee explained the goals of this year's campaign, along with announcing the campaign slogan. Because of the 2000 Olympics occurring so close to the United Way campaign, the district created the Y2 Care in 2000 United Way Olympics of Caring campaign.
The student council, we talked about having the United Way campaign, and I had seen the tape that was done of last year's and had mentioned the chains, and they got real excited about that. And we're working with our students here to care about other people. All of the classes have been checking their graph in the hallway all week long, so we put the graph up in the gym, and I just tucked under the two classes that had the most funds raised, and we looked at the graph and then pulled very carefully down Mrs. Dempsey's class, and then our winning class, Mr. Johnson, we pulled their chain down and it went all the way to the floor, so the children were really excited about that. We raised $648.25. It's really exciting. It's the first year that the students have really participated in it.
The Bayou Bears are proud today to present a contribution of $117.78 to this noteworthy cause, the United Way. Students brought their pennies in, and each classroom teacher, we talked about using that as a math activity where the kids counted the pennies and did graphing on the pennies before they turned them into the committee. And each classroom teacher and kids presented the pennies to the committee, and in turn, they will receive, each classroom will receive a certificate of appreciation for all of their hard work with the pennies, as well as each staff member who will receive a thank you note.
And finally, students at Marsh Elementary School raised over $230 for United Way and presented the check to a United Way representative on November 9th. Every year at schools across the country, students and staff practice various safety drills. Thrive TV stopped by Nelson School on October 3rd while they were practicing a Code Yellow drill.
Today we're going to do a part of our crisis intervention plan, which includes a Code Yellow, which is a total school evacuation. We have several crisis intervention pieces that we practice so that in case we should have an emergency situation, we'll all be prepared, that students will know what to do. A Code Yellow might occur if you had a gas leak in your building or something like that and had to have the children leave. And so we have set up a site that we will go to, and we should be doing that in about a minute. We do fire drills regularly. We've had a couple of those already this school year, and we also practice tornado drills. So this is one more step in our children being prepared in case there's an emergency.
Students at Jefferson High School were given the chance to meet with university recruiters, area businesses, and armed forces during the Jefferson's Right Choices Day.
Over the 15 years that I've been here at Jefferson, we've been very fortunate to have parents, the teachers, the administration staff to really help us help kids. What we try to do is help kids make the adjustment for college, get scholarships, find out about the apprenticeship program, careers, and also it gives them just one level of enhancing their opportunity to go to college. This is an excellent chance for them to talk to maybe 100 colleges that are within the area. What we also attempt to do here is expose our juniors and seniors, and especially the parents that come, that this is just one opportunity for District 205 to help youngsters find out about what college is about. We're fortunate enough here at Jefferson to have students who are going to college, and especially those who are getting scholarships. They can talk to the college reps right on the spot. And also they get a chance to speak to many of these college reps at Rock Valley, because we're in the process of helping them as much as they help us. They've done an excellent job over the years in helping us, and we want to help them. They're an excellent opportunity for our kids, and personally I think Rock Valley is probably one of the top schools in the Midwest.
On October 11th, students, faculty, and many invited guests of Carlson School participated in the VIP Millennium Parade. The VIP Very Important Person Parade celebrates the contributions of all the volunteers, community members, and business partners that work with Carlson School on a yearly basis. Dignitaries included Superintendent Dr. Alan Brown, School Board President Patty DeLugas, and School Board member Gloria Cardenas-Pavia, riding in Dr. Brown's renovated 1967 Mustang convertible. Former Senator Joyce Holmberg riding in an antique fire truck. Rockford Loves Park and state police officers, the Illinois National Guard, and local firefighters. Music was provided by the Guilford Jazz Band, Eisenhower Marching Band, and the Lutheran High School Marching Band. The event also featured Source volunteers and students and staff from Carlson School. The parade route started on Pepper Drive and winded down to Alpine Road, and then headed north to Fairhaven Christian Retirement Center. On October 12th, Kishwaukee Elementary School held the ribbon-cutting ceremony for the 61104 Collaborative. This program is funded through a federal grant that will provide funds for after-school programs in 4 area schools.
We had the ribbon-cutting ceremony today to just kind of open the doors for the after-school program. We'll be having programming at these 4 schools every night after school for 3 hours a night. Provides a safe environment for kids. It provides the opportunities for parents to know where their children are, and for children to work on homework with adults and teachers who can provide not only supervision but academic help in the subject areas that they might be having difficulty. We're looking to provide after-school programming that includes reading enrichment, math enrichment, technology classes, arts classes, fine arts classes, social activities, games, snack program. We'll be serving 400 students at 4 schools, 100 students at each school, and we actually have 127 students at Kishwaukee, where we are today. The funding is from the 21st Century Grant, which was given to us by the U.S. Department of Education. They've provided funds for 3 years worth of programming, and then after that we have to find ways to sustain this program. So we're working with our collaborative partners to find the proper mix of funding to support the programming. We expect that the grades of the students will go up, and that the standardized test scores of the students who participate will also go up.
The year 2000 marks the 30th anniversary of the SOURCE program in the Rockford Public Schools. SOURCE is a volunteer program that brings classroom speakers and tutors into the area schools.
SOURCE stands for Service of Uncovering Resources in the Community for Education. SOURCE began as an American Association University of Women's study group. We note that there have been over 22,000 presentations scheduled in elementary and middle school classrooms, and over 35,000 tutor hours donated to the Rockford School District. For the 4th and 5th grade classes who visited a farm in South Beloit, SOURCE scheduled Pioneer Life speakers. we had speakers on quilting who also brought into the concept how math is part of quilting, how math is important to quilting, how quilting supported pioneers in providing them with blankets, using their scraps of materials over and over again. We also scheduled a Native American speaker to share early Native American life in the area. We also had a speaker on rope making, sharing pioneer life skills with Johnson students. Westview School studied careers. They used the Career Awareness Program by having source speakers come in to share careers and career opportunities with their students. The culmination of this study happened to be October 26th, when we scheduled 17 different speakers in one day for students to learn about careers.
On October 16th, Guilford High School announced the awarding of a federal grant to fund the Viking Freshman Advantage program.
Guilford High School just received a federal grant called Smaller Learning Communities. It's a 3-year grant, and it will help support their program called Freshman Viking Advantage. This will train teachers in the area of block scheduling and engaged learning. It will offer opportunities for tutoring before and after school. It will help children and students of the freshman class especially have a career awareness program which will help them set goals and help them make plans for their future, and it will offer Fifth Block, which is an after-school program where the teachers will get to know their students in small groups so that it's a more personalized high school transition. There was a great team of people that worked on this grant. Of course, Ms. Simmons, the principal at the high school, and Chris Paulsgrove were great in writing the grant. Mr. Bill Trapp got us statistics from the central office, and many other people, Congressman Manzullo supported us at the federal level. We just had a great team of grant support for this grant.
The Rockford Public Schools and Guilford High School would like to once again thank everyone that helped bring this grant to District 205. Starting in October, students in District 205 had the opportunity to meet former NBA coach and new Lightning head coach Bob Salome and former Chicago Bull and new Lightning assistant coach Stacy King during several school assemblies. The Rockford Lightning and the Rockford Public Schools have teamed up once again to bring area students the Great Attenders program. The coaches were visiting area schools to stress the importance of attending school and making the grade. All students that achieve a 95% attendance average have the opportunity to receive a free ticket to a Rockford Lightning game.
How you doing? I'm Bob Salmon, the new head coach of the Rockford Lightning, and these are my friends from the Bloom Elementary School. And we're here today to tell you about the Great Attenders program. Anybody that goes to 95% of their class is going to get free tickets to a Rockford Lightning game.
As a head coach, I'll have 18 players in my basketball class, just like these students from Bloom Elementary. While on the court, I want my team to work hard, have fun, and set goals, just like these kids.
So get to school, get to class, and we'll look for you very, very soon at a Rockford game.
Great Attenders, sponsored by Pepsi and the Rockford Lightning.
State's Attorney Jim Ryan was at West Middle School on October 18th to announce a grant of $72,000 for the Rockford schools under the Safe to Learn grant. West was part of last year's Safe to Learn grant and was chosen the featured school for the press conference because of the successful implementation of their Safe to Learn program.
Here at West, the funds were used to produce a video using both staff and students illustrating how nonviolent techniques can be used to solve problems. In addition, money was used to purchase cameras as well as curriculum material to encourage nonviolent activities.
We were able to get this grant for the second year for 6 of our schools, and they will help with the area of violence prevention, and we will be able to get programming for children and families and teachers.
October 21st through the 28th in District 205 was Red Ribbon Week. Red Ribbon Week stresses the dangers of drug and alcohol abuse to students, and schools throughout the district use many ways to demonstrate the importance of leading a drug-free life.
Operation PRISM stands for Partnership to Reduce Impaired Student Motorists. Basically, it's a program designed as an exercise, a practical exercise for high school driver's education students. We have the ability to simulate impairment and do it safely and legally, which is a goggle. It's called a fatal vision goggle. So what we have now is we have a vehicle that's close to an automobile. It's not exactly, but it's close. Now we have a level, we have a method for simulating impairment. So we put the two together in a closed course that challenges the student to operate the cart not only safely within the lanes that we provide with the cones, but they have to acknowledge and follow the traffic signs that we put up and obey those. We emphasize that this is not a course that's based on time or speed. In fact, the cart is regulated to a very slow speed. The idea here is that they're to drive through the course and not run over any cones and obey the signs. And then while they're operating the cart and running over cones and basically getting into trouble out here on the course, the classmates are watching from the sidelines and are requested to watch and to take note of the way that their classmate is driving. The kids in the classroom are given the opportunity to try to complete one field sobriety test, wearing the fatal vision goggles, and that's the walk the line test. And we use the classmates as spotters in case they fall down or begin to fall down. It not only gives them a chance to experience how tough it is to perform a field sobriety test for the impaired, but it gives the other students who are on the sidelines an opportunity to see from the perspective of a police officer and from a perspective of a potential judge or jury should this go to trial, how blatant and how easily observable it is to the behaviors that accompany impairment. And we use the regular system in the classroom that we do out on the road. We read the kids the same instructions that we would read to a potential DUI about performing the tests. So we provide the environment there for simulation of them during field sobriety, but we also then show a videotape that was produced by the Missouri Highway Patrol. And basically it's footage of crash scenes, most of them fatals, involving alcohol. But the important part of the movie is not to gross the kids out. During the video, which there's footage that accompanies the photographs that are on the screen of interviews with victims, survivors of crashes, and also relatives and loved ones of victims, fatal victims. We want to emphasize that there is a tremendous price that is paid beyond the damage that occurs at the crash scene. Conclusion of the program, the second day, the final 5 minutes of the program is to fill out a questionnaire and evaluation. It's a questionnaire about the program, what they thought about it, whether they thought it was worth their time, how it affected them, and then also it asks for details about their own experiences with drugs and alcohol. And it's an anonymous questionnaire / survey, but it gives us an idea of what we're dealing with. You know, what are the kids using? How often are they using it? And also we get comments. We have a comment section that I'll tell you, we get many heart-rending comments from kids who talk about having lost family members to DUI drivers or in DUI crashes. And based on the comments that we're receiving and the information we're getting off the surveys, we feel that this is a tremendously viable program.
On Wednesday, we had Turn Your Back on Drugs, so we all wore our shirts and tops backwards. Yesterday we had blow off drugs, so we had bubble blowing during lunch recess, so everyone got to blow bubbles. And then today we have a window decorating contest. We've called in some people from the community and from the school district. And this afternoon we are culminating all of it with an assembly.
We started off Red Ribbon Week where everybody got their ribbons to wear on Monday. And then on Tuesday we had a door decorating contest. In fact, this is one of the winning doors. I'm standing in front of the kindergarten door. And there were 2 other 7th grade winning doors, but a lot of the teachers decorated their door red. And then Wednesday, of course, we go along with the whole district and have, we wear red. Today we're going to have our walk, and we're also going to have a poster and a essay and poetry contest going on.
Students in District 205 celebrated reading at the end of October in 2 very different reading programs held at New Milford School and Beyer Elementary School.
We are having our fall fundraiser, which is a read-a-thon. The students were to get pledges from neighbors, family members, and friends as to how many minutes they would read or have a guest reader read to them. We have some excellent guest readers today. We have the mayor of our city, we have Police Chief Nielsen, we have School Superintendent Dr. Brown, Mr. Carter, Area Superintendent, Dr. Bishop, Heather Pegg, Chris Cone, and a very special reader was Little Red Riding Hood, who used to be the principal here, also known as Linda Spangrew. I'd like to give a special thank you to my PTO and my staff and my secretary for all of their help in pulling this together. We had a collaborative effort here. This was not done by me, the principal. And I also want to especially thank all of our guest readers.
We're a Success for All building, so we took the highest level reading group, which is the one that I teach. They're 4th and 5th graders who read above grade level. They went to our school library and they chose books that have a Halloween theme or spooky, and they're age appropriate for kindergartners and 1st graders. Then my students have been practicing reading those books aloud for about 2 weeks now. They read several books to choose which one they thought was best. Then they made a poster advertising that book. And now the kindergartners and 1st graders have been invited into the gymnasium for the Storytellers Bazaar. Storytellers are the kids from my classroom. And they're seated in chairs, and next to them is the poster that they made about their book, and they're also in their Halloween costumes. So that when the kindergartners and 1st graders come in, they get to look at all the posters, choose the story they want to go listen to, and then at the end of that they're asked comprehension questions by some other students who are walking around. And after about 5 minutes, everybody gets to switch. We do that 2 or 3 times. We were very fortunate to receive a donation of 150 apples from Edwards Apple Orchard West. I called them and explained what we were doing, and they immediately offered as many apples as we needed. So when they leave here, each student will get an apple from the orchard, and they'll also get a piece of paper with the names of the books and the authors that were read to them.
If you have any questions about District 205 or Thrive TV, please fax, mail, or email the Office of Communications, Room 108, 201 South Madison Street, Rockford, Illinois, 61104-2092. Our fax number is 815-966-8928. The email address is rpsjimj@rps205.com. You can also leave messages through our district website at www.rps205.com. Thank you for watching Thrive TV. We will be back next month with more Rockford Public School highlights. We would like to end this month's show with highlights from the Focus Positive on Education program held October 21st at the Cherry Vale Mall.